Hello, hello, welcome back again, everyone. So we got a neat one today. We've got an Accguy in a situation battle that I have to admit I'm not sure which when this one happens. I'm assuming this is a Zeta Gundam situation battle based on the fact that the Zeta Gundam's in here, but I don't recognize the battle. I haven't finished Zeta yet, so that's probably why the mobile suit distribution is just very interesting. I don't know. Maybe I do know. Regardless, no, I can't know because the hmm. I've got like I've got a Xeon suit, pilot suit, while fighting alongside the Zeta. So I'm not quite sure when this battle happens. I'll figure it out when I finish Zeta probably, unless it's a double Zeta thing, in which case I will not figure it out when I do Zeta. But regardless, this fight came out interesting. So there's ups, there's downs, but overall it was an interesting battle. It really was. There's some really cool moments in here. I got a kill there. I started between this and there was one other battle where I had to use an Accguy. I think it was another situation battle. I've started to kind of like it. I have to admit, I have had a really hard time. I cannot believe that counter took. That tackle feels like it should not have taken, but you know what? I am taking it. I am running with it. Yeah, between this and another battle that where I had to use the Accguy, I've started to kind of like it. It's odd. It's kind of tricky. Specifically because I've got most of my weapons require me to sit still, but then it wants to kind of move in close. It is a stealth. I believe it's a raid. Pretty sure it's a stealth raid. It's just interesting. So it's kind of got a kit that kind of, well, it wants to be used in stealth. It wants to drop under the water, move into position, pop up behind someone, get that stun on it with like maybe the probably the beam rifle, honestly, or the beam cannon is probably where you want to go. Start with that, move in, because that's an instant stun weapon, but it requires you to stand still, right? Get that stun, move in, get your melee hits, and I don't necessarily do that well at all. Um, yeah, just poor positioning on my part, I would say, more than anything else. And those do stun too if they hit enough, but as you can see, they also require me to stand still. I'm now getting isolated. I've got three guys around me. Probably moved in a little bit too deep. Hopefully, I'll get some sort of support here, since I do have. Yeah, I'm getting some support here. I do have allies. Gonna try and back up my own ally here by knocking that Zoc down. Unfortunately, that did mean the Zaku 1 managed to get back on his feet. But we managed. That was such a weird one to me. You can see we did get the tackle. I still have boost and everything, but the counter didn't take? Or the animation didn't play, I should say. I'm not quite sure why that happened. I have seen that before. I don't know. I don't know why that I don't know why that happens sometimes. It really confuses me. But regardless, I've got my boost back and I got the kill, so I'm not complaining. I wish I understood why sometimes the animation doesn't play like that, because that's very strange to me. But it looks like we've cleared. Oh, we've mostly cleared the field. Looks like everyone's starting to come back in. He's also got stealth too, so that's why he's not showing up on radar. Got some guys focusing down on the base, throwing down a little bit of damage. I'm really worried about I don't remember the name of that suit, unfortunately. I'm really worried about that one. I don't like that one. It is stealth, and it's got some crazy melee capabilities. But I finally got dropped by I think that's the Regelgu that they're using there? Yes, the Regelgu. I haven't really used mine. I need to fix that. It it's a neat suit. I'm pretty sure the Regelgu and the Vertex come in, if not at the same point range, in a similar point range, and I tend to take that instead. The Regelgu is just one that I have not done great with. I don't know, it never really clicked with me. I didn't use a lot, mind you, but it didn't really click with me. My Vertex, though, ooh, I'm pretty sure I've talked about needing to take my Vertex out more, because I don't see it enough. That thing's fantastic. It's so much fun. Great melee capability, not great stun capability, which is the trade-off, because it's got... Does it have two or three? It's two melee weapons. It's two melee weapons. with 3 swings each that you can just, in theory, infinite combo someone with. It's gross. So the trade-off is it has no instant stun capabilities. But it's got some really decent range build stun capabilities. So it's a neat one where you can do some distant stuff, you can do some close range stuff. But anyway, we're back on the field now. I'm once again going after the Zaku 1. I'm now not on the field anymore. Yeah, I tried to move in, do some damage on the Zaku 1, try to help relieve some pressure, but we got singled out a little bit there, so that was fun. Hopefully we'll be able to drop in before... No, probably not. So we're going for airstrike instead, because as you can see, our guys are kind of getting eaten right now. So that's a little bit frustrating, a little bit unfortunate. Trying to get a good timing here to drop back onto the field, but as you can see, we got 2 guys here. Missed with that, sadly. We got 2 guys here who are not doing great, and everybody else is still prepping to spawn back in. I drop my mobile suit now, try to do something. We've got 2 guys who aren't full right now. I expected to get hit trying to move back in. I kind of expected someone to move in with Saber. That didn't happen, thankfully. But we're now trying to move up and fight the Zaku 1. I can't believe that hit. Glad that stun took, though. Or I don't think it stunned him, but I hit him at least. Man, he's still moving, though. It looks like... Oh, okay, we did get him. I thought the airstrike got him for a second there, but we did get him with the rockets. Airstrike helped, and now we're gonna get probably eaten by... Nope, we got an ally to back us up here. That's good. We would have gotten eaten alive if not for that, because you're seeing some parts of that thing's melee capabilities. Got the tackle to move through that. Didn't take, sadly, but we at least moved through his melee, and with the ally backing us up, we were able to finish him off, which is great. I'm trying to do what I can here, but this is one of those tricky situations of it's 3 guys on top of the ridge. If I move in and try to do, like, melee attacks, I'm probably going to be dropped. Thankfully, I did... Well, okay. I was going to say, thankfully, I did manage to get through some of that damage with the tackle, but then we got picked off anyway by the Zaku 1, so it didn't really help out too much. That's what I was worried about, though, looking at that ridge like that, because there was just not a good point to move onto the ridge to try to keep fighting. We're in an interesting position. I don't think we can make up the point difference at this point. Yeah, especially since they're... Yeah, there it goes. They're still getting kills. If we could have kept a solid team together and done some more damage, maybe we could have turned it around still, but yeah, I don't know. Probably, well, not now that we've got 20 seconds left on the clock, but that's why I spawned in to try and do whatever damage I can, because at this point it's a lost match anyway, and I'd like to at least do what I can to shrink that gap. But it's also tricky here for the same reasons. Again, I've got the whole team on the other ridge. If I just try to rush over there, it's not going to end well. And of course, we got the Zogok coming in, doing what the Zogok does best, of just taking punches at me and knocking everybody over. Zogok is fun, by the way. Zogok does that. Zogok's got those extendy fists. They like stretch. They're weird. Zogok is fun. I like my Zogok. It shows up in Unicorn, by the way, if you haven't seen it. During the attack on Torrington, the attack on Torrington base, the Sleeves forces deploys a Zogok. That's a fun bit. But yeah, so we clearly didn't win that one, which is unsurprising when you look at the score and how much the enemy team was eating us up. But ultimately, it was a fun match. I did enjoy it. I don't know, the Accguy is an oddball that I don't take out very often, but I really probably should. It is neat, and if you can get a rhythm with it, it's still really good. It's just the rhythm is odd with it having to plant its feet for so many of its attacks. But yeah, that'll do it for today, and I will see you guys next time.